Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's practice is called Suspended in Time. We're gonna work on finding that flow state where time really does feel suspended and you sort of lose track of how long you're practicing because of how present and immersed you are in the physical body sensations and in every moment as it unfolds. So for this class, you will need yourself and a space to move. If you want to practice with blocks, if you have them, go ahead and grab those. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll begin from lying on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bringing the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to open up wide and then roll all the way down to lying on your back. Relax your head fully. Place one hand to your low belly and one hand to your heart. Let your eyes soften or fall closed. And we'll just begin with a few rounds of clearing breaths. Start by feeling through your physical space, through your mental space, and even the emotional space. And look for anything that's really sticky or held or tight. Look for tension. And then when your next inhale breath comes, breathe right into where you can feel that tension in your body. With your exhale breath, take a sigh and try to soften around that tightness. Again, full breath in through your nose. Try to fill your lungs. Big breath out, drop something you're holding. One more like that. Inhale. Big breath out, sigh. Now, pause, be still, and feel the effects of those 3 breaths. Notice if the skin has softened, if the holding has softened, if there's a little more ease already. Now continue to bring your awareness through your inner world, seeing what's here for you as you arrive to your practice. Start to find deep breath in and out through your nose, Ujjayi Pranayama. You can feel the movement of the breath under your hands as they rest on your torso. Stay really curious about what you feel, any thoughts that come through. And let yourself detach from any judgments or any sense of how things should be. Let exactly the way that it is be okay. Let's take 2 more rounds here. Full deep breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the nose. One more inhale. Feel the space at the top of the breath before your exhale. And then release from the chest, down through the ribs, all the way out through the belly. Blink your eyes open. Take your hands to your outer thighs and start to draw your knees closed. Heel toe your feet to the wide edges of your mat, and then you can open up your arms wide to the sides like a T shape. Drop both of your knees to the right. Hold here for a few rounds of breath. If you'd like, you can heel toe your left foot in a little closer to your body and slightly tuck your pelvis so you would deepen the quad stretch in doing so. Relax down through the shoulder girdle, soften through the palms of the hands and through the fingers. Rock your knees back through the center and then switch so they both fall to the left. Adjust as you need, maybe drawing the right heel closer to you, possibly tucking your pelvis so it moves toward the top left corner of your mat. And then relax into the openings.
Roll yourself back to the center. Hug both of your knees in toward your chest. Catch the backs of your legs and start to rock and roll the length of your spine, coming up to a seat and back down. Just a couple of rocks here, massaging the sides of the spine. And then make your way up to Sukhasana, a comfortable seated position. Sink your sit bones and your pelvis deeply into the earth. Elongate up through your spine. Palms can face up or down on your thighs, whatever you like. We'll take some neck circles. Drop your chin down toward your chest and then roll in one direction. Doesn't matter. You can go either way first. You can make a half circle, or if it's okay on your neck to tip the head back and open up the throat, go ahead and do that. If there's anywhere that's interesting to stay a little bit longer than just like the roll through it, go ahead and pause, feel. Be in no rush. Drop any illusion of urgency or being bound to time. Switch your rotation if you haven't already. Continue feeling the breath. And then start to lift your head, come back to a neutral place. With your next inhale, stretch your arms wide and all the way to the sky. Look to your thumbs. As you breathe out, draw the palms to prayer at heart center. Close your eyes and call in an intention for your practice. Let it be something along the lines of this theme of suspending the time-bound space. We spend so much of our lives connected to the clock and anticipating what's coming next or sort of rushing through moments. So let this be like a pause in that urgency and a chance to find more stillness and more relaxation into the moment. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Blink your eyes open, roll forward over your shins, and come up into tabletop, onto the hands and the knees. Spread down into your palms and dig into your finger pads. With your next inhale breath, soften your belly, lift your tailbone, spread your sit bones. Begin to drag forward from the back of your heart, and then lift your eyes to the sky, coming into cow. Give yourself a little moment to shift your weight slightly forward and back here. One more full breath in. When you breathe out, tuck your pelvis underneath of you. Press into your toenails. Hug your inner thighs toward one another. Close through your ribs. Draw your chin toward your chest. Cat. Rock your weight here a little forward and a little back. Compress more through your core. Open up through your spine. Inhale forward. Exhale, rock it back. Next breath in. Tailbone up, heart forward, eyes to the sky. Right away, exhale, hollow the core, round up through your spine. Breathe in, come into cow. Breathe out, cats. One more. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Neutralize in tabletop. Tuck your toes. Inhale as you prepare. Exhale, lift your knees and send your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Let your awareness travel through everything that you feel. See how rooted you can become, stretching through the hands and the feet into the earth. And then wash your breath up and down the line of your spine. Notice if you're constricting the space around your neck. If so, you can roll the head side to side, like shake it, shake your head no, or nod your head yes. And then press your shoulders down your back, away from your ears, and let the upper back get nice and broad. It's like your shoulder blades are wrapping around the sides of the ribs, like curling laterally around your body. Hug your rib cage closed. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Next inhale, look to your thumbs. When you breathe out, travel to a fold at the top of your mat. Have your feet separated, hips distance apart. Bend your knees a little or maybe a little more and hang out in ragdoll. Any arm variation is available for you to take. Just explore and let there be no boundaries to this moment. Whatever you want to do, whatever your body's asking for, let yourself go there. See what happens. If you took an arm variation, release it now. Place your fingertips to the mat, and with your next inhale breath, stretch out into a halfway lift, sending the tailbone back. Pull up through your thighs and draw the crown of your head forward. When you breathe out, lift your toes, coming onto the heels, turn the toes out, then re-anchor them, bend your knees, and sink into Malasana, into a little squat here. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Lift your heart in the direction of your thumbs as you breathe in. Stay as you breathe out, relax through your jaw and through your hip creases. One more inhalation. Exhale, fingertips down, lift your hips and bring your feet back to parallel as you fold forward. Again, inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, lift your toes, turn them out, bend your knees, sink your hips. Breathe in, Malasana. Right away, breathe out, fingertips down, hips rise, toes turn a little bit back in or just to straight, drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Malasana, sink low. Inhale, palms to prayer, lengthen. Exhale, fingertips down, hips high, fold forward. Press into your feet. Squeeze through your core and slowly round your spine. Stack one vertebra on top of the next. Try to really feel for that stack. Keep your chin toward your chest all the way to the top. And then finally, let your head stack on top of your spine. Relax your shoulders down your back. With your next inhale breath, press down, reach your arms wide, and then all the way up to the sky, look up. Breathe out, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, with a long spine, dive down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Take a breath in, halfway lift, elongate everything. When you breathe out, place your palms to the mat, step back into plank. Take a breath in, press the ground away from you, squeeze your core, squeeze your thighs. As you breathe out, sink your knees, arch your back, bend your elbows, and soften your chest and your chin to the mat so the hips are still high here. Now press the tops of your feet down. With your inhale breath, tailbone wraps underneath of you, then coil all the way forward through your spine and come up into a high cobra. Hug your inner thighs toward one another. Hug your shoulder blades toward one another. Reach from the back of your heart forward. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Tuck your toes. Send your hips back in space, but keep reaching your heart toward the top of your mat. Active child's pose. Inhale, round your spine, squeeze in and up through your belly, and come forward onto your hands and your knees. With your exhale breath, travel back into downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath here. You can be still, or if you want to explore some more movement or just like wiggle around a little bit, you're welcome to do that. Notice where the breath is moving in the body. Inhale, turn your eyes to your thumbs. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat, fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, elongate. Breathe out, bow down. Next breath in, press through your feet, long spine, reverse swan dive, rising all the way up to standing, look up. Exhale, palms meet in prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, connect your core here. Breathe out, palms down, step back, plank. Inhale, grow longer in your plank. Exhale, lower knees, bend your elbows, sink your chest and your chin down. Press the tops of your feet into the earth. Slowly unfurl forward into cobra, taking a breath in as you rise through the heart. As you breathe out, belly button to spine, tailbone like it's on a string being pulled back as your heart reaches forward, active child's pose. Inhale, round through hands and knees, cats. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Feel fingers and toes gripping the earth. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, step to the top of your mat, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow down. Breathe in, press into your feet with a long spine. Rise to standing, turn your eyes to the sky. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. One more round here. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive down, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down, step back, plank. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, knees, chest, and chin. Hips stay high. Press into the tops of the feet. Wave forward into cobra. Take a full inhale breath up into the chest. Exhale, hips back, heart forward, active child's pose. The knees are still on the ground. Inhale, come forward with a rounded spine through tabletop. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths, nice and steady. Notice the inhale is a little bit cool on the way in with the air, and then the air on the way out is a little bit warmer. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat, folding here. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, bow. Chest to thighs, crown of head to the toes. Press down, long spine, rise to stand, and look all the way up. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Soften or close your eyes. Pause for a moment. Just be still. Notice everything that you can sense right here, right now. Blink your eyes open and soften your palms down beside you. Next inhale breath, bend your knees, sink your hips far back in space, and then stretch your fingertips to the sky, coming into chair. As you exhale, squeeze through your core, slide your pelvis further back in space, and send the weight more into your heels. Now take one more inhale breath and see if you can lift your chest. Good, then exhale, bow down, forward folds. Root your fingertips. As you inhale, halfway lift and simultaneously stretch your left toes all the way to the back of your space. Stay here for a few moments. If you need a little bend in your right knee to reach the ground, that's okay. Or you can bring your fingertips onto blocks. Now, one more breath in. Drag isometrically with your fingertips back towards your right toes as you reach the top of your skull forward. Then exhale, bend your right knee, reach back with your left toes, and then step them softly to the mat. Sink your left knee. Inhale, float your fingertips to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Hug the heels of the hands together. Micro bend your elbows, then tip your heart a little bit forward. Plug into your big toes. Slide your pelvis down and forward, but keep energy and activation through the low belly and through your pelvic floor. Take one more inhale breath here. When you exhale, release this grip. Place your fingertips to the earth. Lift your back knee. Then inhale, send your pelvis back in space. Come really high onto the ball of your left foot. As you exhale, press straight down. Contract through your core. Lift your right foot. Float it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Heels rise, round your spine, shift forward into high plank. When you exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga, elbows to the ribs. Breathe in, upward facing dog or cobra, lifting through the low belly. Exhale, hips drag up and back to the sky, downward facing dog. Breathe in, stretch your left leg high, 3-legged down dog. When you breathe out, stack your hip and bend your knee. Play through some circles here just for a couple moments, mobilizing, opening up into the hip joint. Go in both directions. And then square your hips and inhale, stretch high into 3-legged down dog. When you exhale, right heel rises. Hug your left knee to your outer left arm. And then see how softly you can step into a wide lunge. So both hands are inside of your front foot. Come up onto your fingertips. Take an inhale breath and elongate through your whole spine as you kind of pull your feet toward one another. When you exhale, bend your elbows, relax your jaw, and it's like you're trying to slide your left shoulder inside of your knee. 2 more like this. So inhale, arms go back towards straight. The pelvis gets a little bit floaty. And then exhale, bend your elbows, sink low. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Rise back up, breathe in, then breathe out. Bend your right knee, sink it to the mat. Kick your heel in towards your sit bone, and then pivot your right shin so that it aligns with the back of the mat, so turning toward the left long edge. Now, instead of like sticking your butt back here, try to scoop your left sit bone underneath of you. Press into your left fingertips, and then turn your right arm up to the sky. It's like extended side angle, but from a kneeling position. Look up towards your right fingertips. See if you can gently spiral your heart more skyward, and then circle your right arm forward over your ear, elongating, opening up, expanding through the right ribs. One more breath in. Breathing out, face the top of your mat with your torso, all 10 fingertips down. The feet are staying as they are. When you breathe in, send your butt back, send the crown of your head forward, so grow through the spine. When you breathe out, bend your elbows and sink down any amount. And we'll just stay here a couple breaths. Feeling into the inner thigh, adductor space, as well as releasing a little into the outer hips. Full breath in. Full breath out. Unwind, facing the top of the mat. Send your right shin back behind you. Lift your right knee, breathe in. When you breathe out, step forward into Malasana, right foot wide. Sink your pelvis low. Palms to prayer, pausing here. Next inhale breath. See if you can reach your fingertips all the way up to the sky. And then when you exhale, lean a little forward. Slowly, slowly sink your hips all the way down to the ground, maybe without using the hands, or maybe use them if you need. We'll come into Navasana. Hover your shins parallel to the earth. You can catch your legs if you like. Maybe reach your arms forward. If you're good here, stretch your toes to the sky. If you're good here, arms beside the ears. Now, try not to be attached to how long we're going to stay here. Try not to anticipate the release of this pose, but just see how much you can be present with everything you feel here, even the uncomfortable pieces. Full breath in. And breathe out. Good. Kick your heels in towards your sit bones. See if you can rock yourself forward up into a squat again. You can use your hands to assist if you need. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, come into a fold, bowing down. Walk your feet together. When you breathe in, press down, long spine, rise to standing and look up. When you breathe out, palms to prayer, heart center. Breathe in, chair. Bend your knees, slide your hips back in space, and stretch your fingertips to the sky. When you breathe out, relax a little deeper into the chair. One more, full inhale breath. Breathe out, bow down, forward fold. Fingertips to the earth. Breathe into standing L. So the spine is coming into halfway lift and the right toes are gliding to the back of your mat. Now stay. See how anchored you can get through the four corners of your left foot, and then how extended you can become from your right toes all the way out past the top of your head. Inhale. Exhale, left knee bends, right toes reach far back behind you, root them, and then sink your right knee down. With the inhalation, arms float up into Anjaneyasana. With the exhale breath, interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Now create a shelf with your shoulder blades by pulling them toward one another. Start to sink your hips forward as you lean your heart back into that shelf. Lift in through your low core. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Unwind. Place your fingertips to the mat. Breathe in and lift your back knee. And then start to slide your pelvis back in space. Take one more inhale breath to prepare. Coming high onto the ball of your right foot. When you breathe out, press straight down. Round your spine. Pick up your left foot and step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Heels rise, round your spine, shift forward into high plank. When you exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga, elbows to the ribs. Breathe in, upward facing dog or cobra, lifting through the low belly.
Exhale, hips drag up and back to the sky, downward facing dog.
Inhale, breath. Floats your right leg high, three-legged down dog. When you breathe out, stack right hip on top of the left one and kick your heel in towards your sit bone. Start to make circles here. Open things up a couple of times each way, switching when you feel ready. Now square your hips. Inhale, extend high through your right toes. Exhale, lift your left heel. Hug your right knee to your outer right arm. And then super slow, deliberate step into a wide lunge. Come on up to your fingertips. Breathe in, pull left big toe and right big toe toward one another. As you breathe out, bend your elbows, sink down into the hip stretch. Again, inhale, arms go straight. Imagine your body's riding a little wave. With the exhale, the wave is dropping. One more time, breathe in, the wave comes up. And breathe out, sink. Rise back up and sink your left knee to the earth. Kick your heel in towards your sit bone and then pivot your left shin to align it parallel with the back of the mat. Press your right fingertips down inside of your right foot. Try to tuck your right sit bone underneath of you and hug your inner thigh towards your outer arm here. Then the inhale breath extends or turns open the left arm to the sky. Looking up, see how much you can pivot your heart in that same direction. Gradually begin to circle your left fingertips forward over your ear, but continue to plug your shoulder back into its socket even as you reach through the fingertips. One more full breath in. Good, breathe out, face forward with your torso. Keep your feet as they are. Breathing in, elongate through your spine. It's like you're sticking your butt back and stretching your heart forward. When you breathe out, bend your elbows, sink low. Stay here, couple of breaths. Noticing anything uncomfortable as it arises. And see what happens if you can become more present with it rather than trying to avoid it. Come back up to straight-ish arms and spin your left shin so it's behind you once again. Tuck your toes, inhale to prepare. As you exhale, step forward into Malasana, sinking the hips low. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Inhale, reach up through your arms. Exhale, coming to a seated position into Navasana. Float the shins, maybe legs straight, maybe arms forward, maybe arms up. Feel the movement of your breath. Find places where you can be relaxed here, so like through the face, through the shoulders. One more full breath in. And with the exhale breath, trying to come back into the squat. So the heels come in. You're using a little momentum with your chest drawing forward. If you want to play with that a couple of times, go ahead and do that. If you need hands, take them down beside you and use that to support you as you come back into your squats. Take an inhale breath once you arrive, and when you exhale, just coming into a forward fold. Bringing the feet to parallel position. Hook your big toes with your peace fingers. Press your toes down, but then also try to peel them off the ground a little bit so you're getting that like tractioning through the spine. Compress in through your core. Play with wrapping your elbows around the sides of your shins and see if you can just draw your chest toward your thighs. Full breaths, shoulders away from the ears. Have space around your neck. One more inhale. And one more exhale. And release the grip of your toes. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float back. Breathe in, upward facing dog, heart forward. Breathe out, belly button to spine, hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg high, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, drive your right knee forward and softly step right foot to right thumb. Come onto your fingertips and align your feet for warrior two. So spinning your back heel down. parallelish to the back of the mat. Now, scoop your right sit bone underneath of you. And as you breathe in, start to open up into an extended side angle, having your right fingertips outside of your foot for this one. Take a full breath in, open up more through your spine. When you breathe out, see if you can circle your left fingertips forward over your ear. Take one more big breath in. And then breathe out, pivot to face the top of your mat. Place your palms, lift your left heel. Press down, hug your right knee to your right tricep, and then align your shin for half pigeon, softly lowering right shin to the earth. Crawl your left toes back. Come up onto your fingertips. We're gonna stay upright for a moment. You could be having the fingertips forward, or maybe bring them beside you. Maybe blocks if you need. Now begin to kick your left heel in, and then back out. And just go through this a couple of times. Just coming in however far you can go and back out. And then go ahead and catch for your foot if this is available. If not, no worries. You can just stay kicking in and back out. You could catch onto the outside of the foot or maybe the inside. You could even like loop your elbow around, almost like you were gonna come into a mermaid pose. Focusing though on the quad stretch here. So whatever alignment is working best for you to get that. Stay one more breath in, lift through your heart. As you breathe out, release your leg and go ahead and fold forward. We'll just take a couple breaths in sleeping pigeon. Spin your palms to face the sky. Relax through the fabric of your hands and your fingers. Notice tension around the shoulders, soften there. Close your eyes. Feel for the behind your eyes and try to relax. Calm your breath through the muscles around your mouth. Relax your tongue inside of your mouth. Let everything soften. Deep breath in, fill your lungs. Feel the exhale washing through any tight spots. And begin to press down and rise yourself back up to upright pigeon. And then sit into your right hip. And we'll swing the left leg around and step it outside of your right thigh, coming into a seated twist. Drop your left sit bone down, left fingertips to the base of your spine. Inhale, lengthen up through your right side body. And then exhale, hook your right elbow outside of your left thigh. With your inhale breath, energize through your toes all the way up past your head. With your exhale breath, the right ribs are wrapping toward the left ones, but be in, again, no sense of urgency to get anywhere. Just seeing what you can feel really intricately in a really nuanced way from the inside out. Begin to unwind. Face the top of your mat again. Right foot is going to stay where it is. Pick up your left leg. You could catch onto your shin or your ankle or your foot, whatever's available. Then when you breathe in, sit up really nice and tall. Stretch your legs straight-ish. When you breathe out, start to drive your knee back, like you're going to wrap it outside of your ribs. Think like happy baby. Again, inhale forward. Exhale and drop back. One more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Now stay with your shin wrapping back and see if you can hook your left upper arm forward of your shin and then kind of hug it in toward the midline of your body. Root your sit bones, lift through your heart. Breathing here. If you want to rock, go ahead and do that. Good, release this, and now we'll find like a cradle situation. So you can either place your right hand to the knife edge of your left foot and then your left hand to your knee, or if it's available, you can hook your foot to the eye of your elbow and then elbow around the left knee as well. Wherever you are, just kind of rocking like a baby here with the shin in front of the chest. Feeling that outer hip opening up. Try to keep the length and the tallness of your spine. Full breath in, full breath out.
Good. Begin to unwind. Now, just playing into a seated compass, maybe. We're going to remain unattached to any outcomes here. Right hand to the outer edge of your left foot. Press them into one another. From here, drive your knee back and then see if you can slide your left shoulder underneath of your leg, like a backpack strap that you're looping on top of your body. Then the left fingertips are going wide to the side. Try to externally rotate your left upper arm so your bicep moves more forward and your tricep moves back. From here, maybe just staying, trying to sit up nice and tall. Maybe hug the shoulder blades together. Begin to extend your left leg more towards straight. So it might be a little bit, maybe continuing to squeeze the shoulder blades. Press your left upper arm back into your inner thigh and start to spiral through your ribs so that your heart revolves up toward the sky and maybe the left leg comes a little bit more extended. Wherever you are, breathe. One more inhalation. And then take the exhale to slowly unwind, coming out mindfully, carefully, unwrapping the leg. Let's just meet in Sukhasana and take a breath here. Full inhalation. Full exhalation through the nose or the mouth. Good. All right. Start to find your way back into downward facing dog. If you want to take a little chaturanga on the way back, go for it, or just right back into it, whatever you need. Once you meet back in down dog, next inhale breath, stretch your left leg high, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, hug your left knee forward to your chest, softly step left foot, left thumb. Come onto your fingertips, turn your back heel down and root into the knife edge of that foot. Now tuck your left sit bone underneath of you, press into your left fingertips and turn your right arm up to the sky, coming into an extended side angle. Squeezing or compressing through the right side body, through the left side body rather, opening up through the right side. You can circle your right arm forward over your ear and take a really full inhale breath. And then with your exhale breath, pivot to face the top of the mat. Place your palms, lift your back heel, then press down and squeeze your left knee to your left tricep. Align for half pigeon and softly land your shin. Crawl your right toes back. Come up onto your fingertips and for a few moments, play into kicking your right heel in and then extend it back out. And just a couple times, kind of pulsing in and out of this quad stretch. And then maybe finding a connection between your elbow and your foot or your hand and your foot or wherever feels like the sweetest stretch along the front line of your right leg. One more breath. And then you can let that go and come down into sleeping pigeon. Just dropping here. Let your whole intention be to release what you don't need. Stay connected to every single breath as it comes in and notice the effects as it washes away. Begin to make your way back up to an upright position. Sit to your left hip and circle your right leg around, stepping your right foot outside of your left thigh. Try to sink both sit bones down evenly and take your right fingertips to the base of your spine. And then inhale, lengthen up through your whole body, through the left arm, and then exhale, come into your twist here. See if you can visualize the breath energetically rising up the line of your spine, like illuminating your vertebrae, and then allowing for that twist to happen on the exhale from that lengthened space. And breathe in, creating more space. And breathe out, revolve into that space.
unwind, facing the top of your mat. Now, left leg stays as it is. Catch your right leg, ankle, shin, foot, whatever, wherever you can. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, drag your knee back in space. Take it wide around the sides of your ribs. Pulsing through this a couple times. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back. One more just like this. Inhale, lengthen your leg forward. Exhale, pull it back. This time, stay with it back and try to hook your upper right arm around your shin and then hug it toward the midline of the body, using this as an anchor point to then lift your heart. Rock a little bit. Check for tension, especially here in the jaw. Good, let go of that and find the cradle situation again. So however is good for you, either elbows around the foot and knee, or maybe just holding on with your hands. Wherever you are, really make sure that the right toes are brightly flexed and breathe into your outer hip. Good, release. Playing again into the seated compass. Catch the knife edge of your right foot with your left hand. Now, draw your knee back in space and then begin to loop your right shoulder under and through. Try to sink your right sit bone down and then spider with your right fingertips out wide to the sides. Finding the external rotation in your upper right arm, press it back into your leg. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep lifted up through your heart, and then maybe playing into stretching your right leg straight, straight-ish, feeling the revolution of your heart a little toward the sky. Feel the breath rising up through your spine. One more inhalation. And as you exhale, coming out, keep pulling the shoulder blades toward one another if you were in compass as you unwind. And then find yourself back in Sukhasana, easy seat, pausing here. You can have the palms facing up, soften or close your eyes. Full breath in, full breath out. Let's take one more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And now just make your way down to lying on your back in a nice, easy way. So keep it chill on the way down. Drop your head down and then open your arms wide. Hug your knees in a little bit toward your chest and then allow both legs to fall to the right. Easy twist. If you need more space in the upper back, just lift your heart up and then walk it more toward the back of the mat and bring it back down. Eyes can look to the left. How much can you unwind all your muscles? And how much can you drop all your bones? Begin to roll back to the center. Place your feet down. Lift your hips, wiggle them slightly to the right as the knees draw into the chest. Let the legs fall left. Eyes look right. Adjust as you need to be comfortable and cozy in this twist. And then release everything down. Roll back to the center. Hug your knees in now, really tight to your chest. Lift your chin, curl it up, and give yourself a squeeze, hugging everything in. It's like you're trying to compress or hold inside of your body everything that opened up and was revealed during the practice, like keeping all the good stuff. And then with the exhale breath, open up into Savasana and leave what you don't need here. Like it's just sinking out of your body, going down into the earth. You don't need it anymore. And find stillness. Find ease. Continue to be present with the vibrating hum of the inner world. Soften your breath until it becomes totally natural. And let yourself have these next couple of minutes to rest. And begin to bring your awareness back. Take some really deep breaths. And begin to re-energize or reanimate your body with little movements into the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, come into a long body stretch, taking a full breath in to reach your toes as far away from your fingers as you can. And exhaling to lazily roll to fetal pose. Knees in, head down, drop. Press into the earth and slowly rise yourself back up to a seated position. Find Sukhasana and see how tall you can be here. Open your chest, open your heart space. Now feel into everything that has shifted in this practice. Sometimes the shifts are really obvious. Sometimes you have to listen a little harder to get to the more subtle openings. But just see what's here for you. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center and take this time to come back to your intention. And as you move into your day and your week ahead, see if you can look for these little moments where you can be suspended in time, where you can drop any attachment to how long something's going to take or what's going to come next, and just immerse yourself in fully being. Take a full breath in. Big breath out, release. Lift your hearts and bow, chin toward your chest. Namaste.
Thank you so much, as always, for sharing your space, your time, your practice, and your feedback, if you have any, with me. I hope you're doing really well wherever you are. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, you can do that down below. You can also join as a monthly donation member. Both of these really, really help to support me and my channel. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you soon in the next class. Bye.